to the start of a brand new series. This is What If, and this episode is what if Pippin got thrown down the mines of Moria by Gandalf. You know, in the Fellowship of the Ring, when he decides, I'm going to touch a skeleton and awakens all the goblins and the Balrog and all that shit. What if instead of Gandalf having a go at Pippin, he throws him down the mines instead? Pretty much like he says to him, you know, throw yourself down there, regardless of your stupidity. He just throws him down there. That'd be fun. So, I think that the way to do this is to look at the immediate aftermath, and that is, everybody will be like, what the hell? And Gandalf will go, well, now we don't have that dumbass here. I believe everything will just go normally. Although, with saying that, the fight that comes after this is the one with the cave troll, and is Pippin the one that stabs it in the back so that Legolas can shoot it in the mouth and kill it? I think he is. So maybe that doesn't happen, but I think it'll pretty much just be the same. They'll get out of that. Might be a little bit more difficult, but I'm sure they'll get out of it. Next up, they get through past the Balrog, all that sort of shit. You head to Lorien, nothing different there. You get to Amon Hen, and without Pippin, Merry will probably still run like he did. Probably get to fighting with Boromir. That'll probably all stay the same, but there will be less dead orcs because Pippin's not killing them. But I think mostly it's going to be the same. Maybe it'll be a little bit more difficult for them to not die, but I think it'll be the same. Merry will be the one that gets taken like normal. Possibly doesn't escape in the Forest of Fangorn. Possibly. If you say that he does escape and gets to Treebeard and all that, gets taken to Gandalf, who keeps him with Treebeard. Well, what happens there? There is a big change that happens there, and that's that Merry just goes home. Treebeard takes him to the borders of wherever the hell they were taking him, I can't remember. And yeah, he just goes home. The big difference there is that they don't go past Isengard, because going past Isengard was Pippin's idea. If they don't go past Isengard, the Ents do not go to war. If the Ents do not go to war, then I think that Rohan might fall. Even if they don't fall, because what I'm thinking is that when Gandalf and the reinforcements show up to Helm's Deep, the Urks turn around and retreat, and the Huorns then kill them. Well, if the Ents aren't going to war, then there's no Huorns there to kill them. Which then means that either they get back to Isengard, which isn't destroyed, or they turn around and fight some more. I don't know. But I would probably imagine that they'll just get back to Isengard, and they'll be in Isengard safe and sound, which poses a big problem. Next, without Isengard falling, then Gandalf doesn't get the Palantir from Isengard. If Gandalf doesn't get the Palantir from Isengard, then Pippin can't look into it, which, you know, without Pippin, he's not looking into this Palantir. So that means that they don't know that the attack on Minas Tirith is coming. They can probably guess that it will be, but they don't know that it's coming. which means that Gandalf doesn't head to Minas Tirith straight away, which then means that he doesn't save Faramir and whatnot when they leave Osgiliath. So I think Faramir dies at that point. And either A, there is no Rohirrim reinforcements to help. Also Aragorn and that, they don't go through the paths of the dead, so you don't get the army of the dead help either. Also, they don't provoke Sauron early, because that's sort of where he sort of goes, well, I'm going to attack Minas Tirith now. So maybe it gives him a bit more time, and maybe it sort of stays the same, but his army will be bigger and more, it'll be more tactical, I guess, because he sort of did it just on the fly. So without Pippin, Minas Tirith probably falls. Let's say that they do decide to send an army to Minas Tirith from Rohan. With Isengard still being a thing, I think that they will A, stop them on the way, or B, they will send an Isengard Uruk-hai army from behind. C is that Isengard is emptied anyway and they've gone to Minas Tirith to help that. Any way you look at that, that's probably not good for Rohan, because if Rohan goes and Minas Tirith's fallen, well, look at where they're all going to be looking and going. So Rohan's probably dead there. If they stop them from getting there, then they're not going to have enough reinforcements to make it there to do anything. So they're probably dead there. And if they come from behind, well, now they're sandwiched. So they're probably dead there. If that happens as well, and Aragorn doesn't take the Palantir in Minas Tirith, then he doesn't provoke Sauron to meet him at the Black Gate, which then means that there are orcs in Mordor, which then makes a massive problem for Frodo, who would then have to go through all the orcs to get to Mount Doom to get rid of the ring. I probably would say that he wouldn't get there, and Sauron would regain the ring, even if Aragorn and whatnot did survive. Their real only hope would be to get the army of the dead to go with them and wipe out everything, but I think at that point they're screwed. Especially when Sauron has the ring, I don't think you stop him. So, yeah. That is what if Pippin goes, or gets thrown down, I guess. Falls down, gets thrown down, either way. Whether he trips over and falls down there or Gandalf just throws him. What happens if, he winds up going down the well in the Mines of Moria? Short answer, Sauron wins. Pippin is apparently very, very, very important to the way that things went in The Lord of the Rings. Without him being, how do I put this? Without him stuffing things up, I will say, Sauron would actually win. Even if you looked at it and said he survived, if he didn't tell the Ents to go past Isengard, you've still got an Isengard army, so that's going to make it a bit more difficult for him to win. Might stop the Rohirrim if that happens and the city falls. So, yeah. If he doesn't look in the Palantir, Gandalf doesn't head to Minas Tirith, which then, like I said before, that really then depends. Well, if Gandalf doesn't go to there, the beacons don't get lit, so Rohan doesn't actually show up at all. So there you go. if Gandalf doesn't go to Minas Tirith, Minas Tirith and Rohan will fall. Because if Minas Tirith falls, then they'll all just turn around and go up to Rohan. And at that point, they're done. Frodo doesn't make it to Mount Doom. Sauron gets the ring. He wins. So yeah, Pippin. If Pippin dies at any point before the end of the War of the Ring, Sauron wins. I guess if he dies at the Black Gate, then that's different, but yeah. So that's been it for the first episode of What If. Like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, follow the Facebook, Twitter and Twitch. Links are in the description. Let me know any scenarios you want to see me cover, and anything like that. Doesn't have to be Lord of the Rings related. It's what if. What if anything happened? What if Triple H doesn't become a wrestler? I don't know. Just thoughts. What if... I don't know. I've gone blank, but yeah. What if Blade doesn't become a vampire? I don't know. Yeah, anyway, that's been it for this episode. Like, share, subscribe to the channel, notification bell, follow the Facebook, Twitter and Twitch, links are in the description. And other than that, thanks for watching, goodbye and good night.